The snow has been falling for hours. No roads, no people, no sound except the wind. And yet, something has been moving through this frozen wilderness. A trail of footprints disappears across the mountainside. The animal that made them is rarely seen. It is not a wolf, not a bear, and certainly not a giant predator. It is a Wolverine. And surviving here means facing a world where even finding the next meal can become a battle. But winter makes food difficult to find. For a solitary Wolverine, every journey has a purpose. It follows every scent, searching beneath the snow for anything that could become its next meal. And sometimes, finding that meal means crossing an enormous wilderness, completely alone. But the Wolverine has an advantage. Its broad paws help it move across deep snow, and its dense winter coat helps protect it from the freezing conditions around it. But surviving the cold is only half the problem. It still has to find enough food to keep moving. A Wolverine doesn't simply wander through the snow. It searches, following scents that could lead to its next meal. And when it finds a carcass, it doesn't need to have made the kill itself. A meal left behind can be just as valuable.
For a solitary predator, wasting a meal can be costly. In this wilderness, even the remains of a carcass can be worth finding.
But one meal is never enough. Somewhere ahead, another opportunity may be waiting. Then, something changes. The Wolverine catches a scent, and suddenly, the direction of its journey is clear. For a Wolverine, survival can mean following a single scent across miles of unforgiving wilderness. Its world is enormous, and finding enough food can mean traveling through miles of remote wilderness. And unlike animals that live in groups, this one usually makes that journey alone. No pack, no partner beside it, just one animal moving through a landscape that seems almost endless. Its journey is made easier by something built into its body, broad paws that help it move through deep snow. And those paws are armed with strong claws, useful for digging, climbing, and handling difficult terrain. Those same adaptations help it handle rocky slopes and rough terrain where many animals would struggle. Its powerful jaws also help it make use of food that other animals might leave behind. But even the best adaptations cannot solve the biggest problem. Sometimes there simply isn't enough food. So it keeps moving, searching, waiting, and traveling farther through the cold for whatever the wilderness will offer next. And when food is more than it can eat, a Wolverine can hide the extra beneath the snow. Snow can become a temporary pantry, keeping a valuable meal hidden until it is needed. Because in this wilderness, finding food is only part of the challenge. Keeping it can matter just as much. But the wilderness is not empty. Other carnivores are searching for the same limited food. A wolf may pass through the same wilderness, searching for its own opportunity, winning a fight, and more about knowing when to move on. And that is why this wilderness matters. For a Wolverine, the landscape itself is part of survival. Take away the places where it can travel, find food, and raise young,
and survival becomes a much harder game.
Yet tonight, it keeps moving. One set of footprints disappearing into a wilderness that still has room for it. The mountains will not make survival easy. But for the Wolverine, easy was never the point. Somewhere beyond those tracks, the Wolverine keeps moving. And that may be the greatest secret of its survival.